Welcome to VN Echoes of History Chanel. Chapter 21, A Heart True as the First Day. Along the Trong Son Trail, the voices of the young volunteer girls still rang out amidst the roar of bombs and gunfire. In rare moments of rest, Zhan often found the soldiers trying to strike up conversations with her. Her bright smile, slender yet resilient figure drew many admiring glances. Hung, a truck driver hauling ammunition, often gifted Zhan with crimson forest flowers, accompanied by clumsy verses. One day, Fu from the engineering unit even crafted a ring braided from parachute cord, carefully slipping it into Zhan's hand as the group rested by the fire. But Zhan only smiled gently and said softly, "Thank you, but I already have someone I'm waiting for." Her words, tender yet firm, closed the door to many young men's hopes. For Zhan, the image of Nam remained intact in her heart, from his eyes and his smile to the carefully written lines in the hundreds of letters now yellowed with age. On nights swaying in her hammock under the forest canopy, Zhan would gaze up at the starry sky, her hand unconsciously touching the embroidered handkerchief bearing both their names, a keepsake she always carried. Within her, a small flame still burned, warming her against the mountain's icy winds and the thunder of bombs. She believed that no matter how cruel the war, as long as her heart remained steadfast, one day they would meet again. Chapter 22, The Day of Return. The war gradually receded, and the Trong Son Forest fell silent, no longer echoing with bombs. Zhan's youth volunteer unit was ordered to disband, each person returning to their hometown. On the day of farewell, Tu, Lan, and Zhan embraced tightly, their eyes red with tears. They had endured the days of bombardment together, shared cassava roots and sips of water beneath the blazing sun, and wept together as they bid Wei goodbye. Zhan knew that this comradeship would stay with her for the rest of her life. The truck carrying Zhan home rolled down the familiar village paths. Bamboo groves, the village well, and golden rice fields stretched out before her eyes, making her chest tighten with emotion. Her parents and neighbors rushed out to greet her, their faces lit with joy and pride. Yet, amid the embraces and laughter, Zhan's heart ached. She secretly searched the crowd for the figure that had been etched so deeply in her memory, but Nam had not returned. That night, when everyone else was asleep, Zhan sat alone by the window. The homeland's moonlight shone bright and clear, illuminating the tears slipping silently down her face. After years of waiting, of hope and heartbreak, she still believed that somewhere out there, Nam was alive, and would one day find his way back to her. Chapter 23, A New Path. In the early days after returning to her village, Zhan still carried the same simple beauty, bright eyes, a gentle smile, though on her shoulders lay a past scarred by war. Her longing for Nam still smoldered quietly, but Zhan knew she could not live on waiting alone. Thanks to her intelligence, quick wit, and diligent nature, Zhan was selected by the district to study accounting. At school, she excelled swiftly, in bookkeeping, numbers, financial management. She was always at the top of her class. Friends cherished her, teachers admired her, and all would say, "This girl is not only beautiful, but talented and kind-hearted as well." After graduation, Zhan was appointed as an accountant at the Zhan Mai farm. Not long after, thanks to her organizational skills, accuracy in calculation, and decisive manner, she was promoted to chief accountant, at an age still considered very young. In this position, Zhan not only fulfilled her duties but also cared deeply for the workers of the farm. Whenever a family faced hardship, Zhan would find a way to help, embodying the spirit of a woman both capable and compassionate. Yet despite her busy work, each night Zhan would still sit by the window, gaze at the moon, and whisper to herself, "Nam, I am still waiting." Chapter 24, A Mist Spring. Time passed swiftly, like drifting clouds. From a radiant young woman full of vitality, Zhan was now nearing 40. At the farm, she was respected by all, an upright, capable, and dedicated woman. But in the eyes of men, Zhan had gradually become Sister Zhan, rather than a blossom to be admired. Proposals of courtship, once common, had faded, until no one spoke of marriage anymore. The men of her village had long settled down, and the younger generation of men regarded Zhan only as an elder sister. She realized she had missed the boat of fate. Work consumed her days, but when night fell, silence returned. In her small room, Zhan sat by her desk, the yellow lamp casting light over her gentle face, now etched with the weariness of time. The yearning to be loved, to lean once upon someone's shoulder, still pulsed in her veins, burning in her chest. No matter how strong, Zhan was still a woman, still longing for a hand to hold, a tender voice to call her wife. But where could she find it now, when she had passed the age of youth, her season of marriage long gone? Through countless nights, the moon outside her window still shone, yet to Zan it no longer glowed with the brilliance of her 20s. Only a soft silver light remained, quiet and tender, like her own heart, still waiting, though not knowing for how long.